I learned when interviewing Ruth Bader Ginsburg to sit in the silences because that was when she was about to say something really significant. And just even though it's uncomfortable, just let it be. And tranquility was the central goal of Cicero. The manual on grief, which Jefferson and Franklin and Quincy Adams cited as their main manual on happiness, was one about achieving tranquility of soul. He who is neither exuberant nor despondent, he has achieved the calm self mastery of which we're in quest. He is the calm and tranquil man. Uh, how does one cultivate that tranquility of soul?
Well, it's very difficult in an environment that actually rewards passions and addictions and sort of gross manifestations. Passions are okay within a limit, but I think what we're looking for, and what I think all of them are speaking about from Seneca on to our founders and now as we contemplate it, is a way in which we engage a kind of moderation in the consumption of things, whatever that might be, that we moderate our talk. As you said, I think, that silence is important. I do lots of interviews, and sometimes you want to just jump in with the next question, but you realize if you wait and wait, something happens. Not just somebody's going to say something that's great, a pearl from Ruth Bader Ginsburg, or from, I interviewed Barack Obama, and you get it. But also just listen what happens when I say, wait. And then suddenly the moment opens up and it's sort of pregnant with possibility and meaning and all of those sorts of things. That's the only thing that we can do. We have to be able to there is an asceticism that is unattractive today because we are in a materialistic, transactional, consumptive kind of situation, and everything that works to the human's soul's advantage are the opposites of all that. You're looking for transformation, not transaction. You're looking for less, not more. You're looking for freedom from habits and addictions, and those are really hard to go up against. And one of the things that we haven't talked about, and since Franklin is one of the great authors of these sets of virtues, obviously brought from other people, duplicated by other people, is humor. We take ourselves way too seriously. And I remember my best friend, who I meet with every Sunday for brunch, and we're now two old men. We've known each other for more than 50 years. We're college students chasing after the same girlfriends and things like that. And we now make fun of ourselves constantly to the young women who are serving us, to ourselves. We are funny. And he'd once told me back in college, he looked at me once, and I was struggling in artifice. And he said, there's only one center of the universe, and you're not it. And it seemed like, a cruel thing for a friend to say, my best friend to say. It was so, so generous. It was so, so grateful to be able to have that wisdom then to understand it. Not that he's not needed me at other times, and we've been there. But I think the biggest thing is Mark Twain said, it's not that the world is filled with fools, it's just that lightning isn't distributed right. It may be the greatest one-liner of the 19th century. All the other one-liners of other humorists aren't funny, but if we don't blow ourselves up, that will be funny 1,000 years from now, because we will always have fools, and we will always realize that there's, an unequal distribution. We call it karma, but karma doesn't necessarily. It isn't in a ledger sheet. That disinterested God that does not distinguish between faiths is not going, oh, you kicked your dog, therefore. It doesn't work that way. There's larger karmic scales, and we just have to be careful, because you do feel like what goes around comes around.
And that's why Adams and Jefferson in old age, reading old friends, joking, experiencing tranquility, are such a beautiful vision of virtue.
You know, we are in, I agree completely. It's such a beautiful, it moves me to tears when I contemplate that friendship and that correspondence. Friendship would require more being together, but it's a correspondence between two people. They have achieved something. We are in a society that values youth. We're more interested in that, and we actually isolate our older people. We don't even want to have them live in the same house with us. Once we've got our own kids, they've got to go to Florida, they got to go someplace else, or you've got to go someplace else. And yet, the older you get, the chances are, not always, but the chances are that you are achieving a form of tranquility or beginning a journey towards tranquility that allows you to exhale a little bit, maybe follow your breath and see the kind of the beauty in the ordinary things, the wind covers, of white and yellow and purple, red, that are here in this room. I've already noticed it a couple times, and we just have that ability to be more precise in the way we see things and the way we relate to human beings, and extend to them the possibility, as William Siegel said, that they may be angels. They are angels, and maybe they don't know it, and maybe they're not manifesting that.